Welcome back to another virtual lunch with Jared Halal, sponsored by Inphlu. In today's session, we'll discuss hashtag research, and Jared will offer his best practices and share the best resources to find relevant hashtags for your industry. Jared, take it away.
Hello, this is Jared Lau, and I am here to share with you our presentation on hashtags. Currently, hashtags are used for tools that post to social media, and they're used by the platforms that they reach, like Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, but also Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and as well as TikTok. The hashtags that we use are really to make us part of a conversation. And today, we, of course, are being sponsored. This event is being sponsored by hashtag Inphlu, INPHLU. So if you are watching, make sure to give us that hashtag, type that hashtag into your post if you find some benefit from this. So we'd like to know that. If you have used hashtags in the past, this is a basic primer, and if you have never used hashtags, this will give you an idea of how you can use them and what they are. And I'm excited to share this simple and hopefully fun presentation. So the first question is, what is a hashtag? What are hashtags? Hashtag is, on the internet, a conversation starter. So when Twitter was created, and I believe it was 2007, one of the workers there said, hey, we should use the number sign, which is a hashtag, this symbol right here in the green, to indicate conversation, and we can organize. So Twitter was trying to organize conversations by the hashtag. So if it was hashtag politics, or hashtag God bless the USA, or whatever the hashtag is, that is a conversation starter. So the first use of it in 2007 was to have a Twitter employee, again, came up with this, that said, let's organize conversations by this hashtag, and again, a number symbol. So when you see this, for the most part, it is businesses and individuals starting a conversation or wanting to be part of a conversation. So, for example, there are large brands and small brands that will often make a unique hashtag about a topic, but mostly it is the users on the social media platform that will make a topic, a conversation starter, and add that hashtag, whatever the conversation is. And those are the ones that trend and tend to be trending. And what trending means is in Instagram and TikTok and all the social media platforms, Twitter, trending means that these topics, or whatever the topic is, they are trending. They're getting a lot of engagement. A lot of people are using the hashtag. So when something is trending, for the most part, it means that a lot of people are using that hashtag. So of course, it might be hashtag pray for Ukraine, or any other political or social, in real life, event. So what else are hashtags? Brand partnership. So for example, if Chick-fil-A, we're working with Nike to create some sort of shoe that smelled like chicken, then they might be able to hashtag each other. And they would put their company hashtags, and often there's not just one, but it's several hashtags from that company. Maybe it's their slogan, of course, their company name, or other types of words that would be after a hashtag. And that would be signifying a brand partnership. So a lot of times when you have competition, say between Zaxby's chicken place and Popeye's chicken place and Chick-fil-A chicken, of course, they might use hashtags not as for the opposite, not as a brand partnership, but actually as a competition. They probably won't mention their competition, but they would have a common hashtag, chicken wars, for example, or chicken sandwich wars. So number 3, as I said earlier, things like hashtag pray for Ukraine, all one word, no spaces, and no strange punctuation. That is a hashtag that was used or is being used. And sometimes that's for solidarity to a cause or a belief or for someone's passion. So if I really care about Habitat for Humanity, Habitat for Humanity certainly has hashtags that they use in their social media posts. So I might use that to show solidarity with them and to try to help them gain followers and to gain other types of money and support on social media. So again, number 3, it could be for a solidarity, belief, or passion of an individual or a company. So a company can also, of course, be supportive of certain things. And then finally, a hashtag can be a way to stand out. So a hashtag, especially when it's added to the beginning of a post, again, imagine that number sign at the beginning of a post to kind of focus the topic on something. It might be a new hashtag that you're trying to trend. You might have some social media influencers, some people that are very well known in Hollywood or locally known in your news or other types of areas. And one of these 4 things, and it could be, of course, more, but it's a conversation starter. It could be a brand partnership, or the opposite. It might be kind of more of a competition. It might indicate a solidarity, belief, or passion with that hashtag or that nonprofit or whatever it would be, or movement. And then finally, maybe a way to stand out. So when we talk about social media, and I haven't listed them all here, but when we're writing a post, how many hashtags should I use as a business owner or as an individual, and where should I use a hashtag in my caption? So as you create a post, hopefully you're adding video and you're adding graphics, of course, and if you're adding hashtags, how many should you include? Should you put 30 in there? Probably never. But here are a few suggestions. And again, this is through research, but Twitter about 1 to 2. I would say 2 is a good number. For Instagram, a few more, 3 to 5 is a good number. With Instagram especially, you can actually put a few hashtags in, and I'll explain what types of hashtags there are. There's really 2 types. The hashtag could go in the comments section. So you could create a post with your graphic and everything else, get into Instagram and add more hashtags in the comment section. The goal of a hashtag, again, is to insert yourself into a conversation in any way that you're using a hashtag. So when you add 30 hashtags to a post, or really more than what these recommended amounts are, a lot more, you're really being more like a spam. So you're spamming people. You're inserting yourself into a bunch of conversations that you probably don't need to. And if you're an industry or a unique business, by all means, do a search for a unique hashtag that you want to create. Perhaps it's your tagline or something you say to your customers or something like that. You certainly can use that every time that you post, that one hashtag that is significant to you as a business or an individual. So getting back to the numbers here, you want to make sure those numbers are pertinent and that each of those hashtags that you put in there, you might put one that gets you trending quickly, or you're testing that hashtag that gets you trending very quickly, very popular right now. And you might put one or more that keeps you in searches on the long term. So, Pray for Ukraine might be a trending type of hashtag, but something else that you're doing, for example, great customer service might be something that keeps you visible to other users on the long term. So you want to kind of have a mix of both if you're at all able to. So after Instagram, we'll talk about LinkedIn. Again, LinkedIn is a very business-like platform. 1 to 2 hashtags is probably good. You could go a little higher than that, depending on the usage of it. But your goal there is to insert yourself into select business conversations and business to business type interactions. Facebook, 3 to 5 posts or hashtags, sorry. And then finally, you would have for TikTok, 3 to 5 hashtags. Again, there's numbers for others. It's something you can obviously search for. That tip about Instagram is to put in the comment section after you've created your post, put those additional hashtags if you're going to go beyond that. True for others here, but with LinkedIn and Facebook, keeping that limited. But what that lets people do is if they go to their social media feed and they are able to, they want to look up a topic, they might type in hashtag whatever that topic is. Or if they follow an influencer, again, someone in politics or someone that they look up to in business or that type of thing, and that person is using hashtags, chances are that is something that they might want to also follow. So you can actually follow hashtags. So not only can you follow people and businesses, but you can actually type in the search hashtag whatever that topic is or whatever your influencer is talking about, and it'll give you a lot of content, some appropriate and some not, some fitting that topic and some not, about that topic. So the goal there is just to insert yourself into that conversation and to use the appropriate number of hashtags. So where should you use them? This is very simple. Obviously, you can use them at the end or the beginning, the middle, or the end, but what order should you use them in? So I think again, my experience and in research, the most significant place to use them is the most normal place to use them is at the end. So you've created your content, your caption, and of course with Twitter you're limited with the number of content words that you can use. So hashtags kind of give you a little insert into a conversation that you can either create or be part of, and you can continue on that conversation with using that same hashtag in each of your posts if you talk about one topic. So at the end, it kind of is natural to read normal words, and then at the end there might be that 1 to 2 to 3 hashtags on the feed. So hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag the other thing. And so at the end is very natural. If you really want to focus on a topic and you're just trying to get the reader to really focus on that topic with your caption or your post, putting a hashtag at the very beginning is super important. And I would say, especially if you're doing things like hashtag pray for Ukraine or hashtag this social movement or hashtag that social movement, you putting it at the beginning really highlights and focuses on what you're talking about. If you're all about blogging or posting about graphic design or interior design, that would be the hashtag at the beginning to highlight your focus for the rest of the post and the pictures that you would post. All right, and number 3, of course, put it in the middle. So a lot of times on Twitter, it's part of the conversation, so it's part of the actual words within the and I've got some examples here in the post itself. So if you were creating a sentence and 1 or 2 of those words are actually the topics you're trying to insert yourself into with that hashtag conversation, you would just put that number sign, that hashtag in front of those words. And it kind of flows naturally as a caption then. And you're saving space as well, especially on Twitter. So where do I find top hashtags? So, and how to monitor them. So number 1, use hashtags. If you are posting for your business or for significance to gain business or clients or hire people or just for a social topic, using the right hashtag really matters. And hashtags, I should say, because again, you can put multiple in a post or in the comments. You definitely want to monitor them, and you're able to monitor tags through different services like Hashtagify, Right Tag, and Brand24. Those are paid services. There are some unpaid services. They do a lot less, and they're a lot less monitoring. But these types of services let you monitor how your hashtag is doing, if it's overplayed, if it's in any of these other categories. So the top or best knit hashtag, you can just do a search for those and start that search and kind of look at that. The way I actually would start is I would actually audit your company, your industry, and then your company's competitors. So see what their hashtags they're using, see how those hashtags are trending. And that would be hashtags that have to do with your industry. So definitely audit your industry first, search for the best hashtags and kind of fit those in, use those and track them yourself on social media through the engagement that you get, the likes, the comments, the eyeballs that see them, and the engagement you get on your own post and your competitors' post. And then, as far as monitoring them, these services and others are really good about kind of showing you what is best and what's going to do that. And really your goal is this. You want to look at both trending, so really popular hashtags right now, and long-term hashtags, because not all the time is everybody going to be hashtagging Doctor Strange 2 or something that is very popular right now. They're going to hashtag Marvel movies. That'll be a long-term hashtag as an example. So I thought it would be great and fun as well to kind of give you an example of what a bunch of hashtags together look like. I'm going to zoom into this because I think you'll be able to see it better. But basically, if I search for best hashtags on map design, so like maps that you would see, you might see a bunch of hashtags like this. Obviously, the top one would be map design, maps, map art, and you just go through here, city maps. And these are just some ideas of hashtags you could use. This is a lot of hashtags. If anybody's copying this and pasting this directly into their post, they're putting in too many hashtags. And so anyway, so that would be kind of thing. And these are Instagram. These are the second most liked Instagram hashtags. A lot of these are some foreign words as well from English, and not foreign to foreign to me, of course, because I do not know those languages. But these are other things that go with maps. Again, a lot of extra hashtags that you do not need. And then you can also often find your best hashtags per the topic. In this case, it's map design. These are percentages of which ones are used. And if we look down here at the top two, almost 50% of them are map design or maps, and actually 50% map. So 50% and over use those, and anything below this is used much less frequently. So these are your top three right here, if you could use those. The better services like Hashtagify and those, they actually do a great job of giving you the best hashtags, and they'll give you long-term, again, those ones that will be around for a while, and those short-term popular ones as well. So in the same regard, I'd like to share some actual posts with hashtags. So in this case, I'm a fan of Bob Newhart, who is an actor, and I thought it would be fun just to look up some hashtags about him. So in this case, they have a post, and Bob Newhart is focusing the subject. So here he is used, his name is used in the text, so it reads naturally, and the hashtag is at the beginning. So if someone were to search for hashtag Bob Newhart, be a fan like myself, they would see this post and it would be very evident that it's about him. Same is true here, a little less evident, but his picture obviously is part of the post. So I see that he is there. And then a lot of other information about Bob Newhart is here. His show has a hashtag. TV Guide is a huge proponent of any TV star, of course, but he was huge at the beginning of TV Guide. So that is an example of using hashtags at the beginning, and then several different ones, Bob Newhart, the other actor here, and also the Bob Newhart show. So one of the other things I really like is I like to look at lettering. So I love graphic design and I love lettering. And in this case, we have this beautiful post that shows a beautiful graphic with beautiful lettering. And this is on Instagram. So this post on your phone, of course, would be stacked with the picture at the top and then this information towards the bottom. And they've put in these this text for a post that has no hashtags, and then at the bottom they put all these hashtags. So there must be a reason they put all of these in there, but I would never recommend that you do this in the body of your Instagram post. I would put these all in your comments, so they still get that play, and you can always remove a comment later to not make it look so spammy. But I would, in this case, pick the top 2 or 3 of the trending posts, maybe 1, 2, or 3 of the trending posts, and then up to 2 or so of the long-term searching posts. So a lot of those would be graphic design or tattoo design, that type of thing. But 1 or 2 of these might be very trending right now. Look to the next one here, and we see another lettering. And in this case, they used a lot less. This is a lot prettier as far as the hashtags go, but there's no content per se. So there's no post to go along with that. Of course, it's on Instagram, so it's all about the graphic, but maybe saying something about the content would also be a good thing to do, especially on Facebook, Twitter, and the other platforms that focus on graphics a little bit less. So when you go to Instagram, again, on your desktop, this is true also on your mobile device, you can type in hashtag, whatever the topic is, graphic design, and it'll give you a whole page of like what is trending, what people have used that hashtag on. So these are the latest as of the creation of this, and it keeps going down through all of the feed. And finally, today is one of my favorite things, and that is Hummus Day. I love hummus. It's my favorite. And so I wanted to look that up, and the group Stand With Us is here, and they are a specific group of people that helps protect the importance of this group of people. And they have used they've kind of taken the use of the word hashtag Hummus Day in this post, and they've tried to start a conversation with their followers, but also inserted themselves into the conversation on Twitter using this hashtag Hummus Day. So as we use hashtags and we are getting into that, I would just recommend that you do your research with your company, with your competitors and others in your industry, but also in those industries that are periphery to yourself. So for example, if you are a real estate company, you might go ahead and do research on hashtags that are in the home improvement industry and also in the mortgage lending industry. And that will kind of, if you put those hashtags in the appropriate place on the appropriate post, you'll be reaching conversations of people on the periphery of your industry, which is real estate, but you'll be reaching people that to them the importance, the things they're looking at are home improvement, or maybe they're looking at mortgage lending, maybe they're looking to refinance, but you're a real estate company, maybe they decide to look at some of your homes that you have for sale in this hot market. So again, don't only look within your industry, but look on that periphery of your industry to pull in some of those customers as you look at hashtags. Again, hashtags can be a way to start a conversation or just to be part of a conversation as you post. You can have fun with them. Definitely always research your hashtags before you use them and make sure that the appropriate types of posts are coming up on the platform that you choose. And you can use many posting apps and applications online, like Inphlu, for example, allows you to put in those hashtags. So after you've done that research, you can keep a document to the side that shows your best hashtags, and you just copy and paste those directly into Inphlu. Inphlu also helps you create hashtags based on the key phrases that you choose. So I really like that tool. Inphlu is inphlu.com. Check it out. There is a 7-day free trial for professional and team users. And thanks for looking at that. And thank you so much for listening to my talk about hashtags.